Alright, so instructions: create an int variable called animals in zoo that holds the amount of zebras plus the amount of giraffes at the zoo. Then print your animals in zoo variable. Okay, so let's just start off with animals in zoo. Add giraffes in zoo. With zebras in zoo. And I'm going to quickly just put that to the console. Run that again. Okay, there you go, 12. Two of the zebras have been traded to a neighboring rival zoo. Subtract 2 from number of zebras and store the result in a variable called numZebras of the trade. I'm going to take zebras in zoo, subtract 2. And then print the number of zebras of the trade variable. Dot out dot print line. There you go. Let's move on. Okay, so multiplication and division. Instructions number 1. In main, there is a variable called subtotal, which represents the subtotal of an amount to pay on a bill, and a variable called tax, which represents the tax rate that will be applied to the subtotal. Create a double variable total that holds subtotal plus the product of subtotal and tax. Print the total variable. So we're going to create a new variable called total. Holds the subtotal variable plus the product of subtotal and tax. Okay. Print the total variable. There were 4 people who bought this meal together and want to split the cost. Create a double variable called per person that holds total divided by 4. The total divided by 4. Print the per person variable. That's correct. Modular. If we baked 10 cookies and gave them out in batches of 3. Modulo. If we baked 10 cookies and gave them out in batches of 3, how many would we have left over after giving out all the 4 batches we could? So instructions number 1, you are trying to split up students into groups of 3. How many students will be left once the groups are made? Create a variable called left out that holds the modulo of students and 3. Then print the variable. Oh, typo. Students, not student. Another one. Students plus 3. There you go, 29.